Hello and good morning and happy Sunday to all of you. We are from the Green Goddess. Wish you a very, very happy Sunday. It's a beautiful month and we have something very exciting for you and also very healthy. It is the healthy food for a healthier you and a healthier family makes the whole world better. So health is our issue. And today to start us off on this wonderful event, we are going to have a small prayer. I would request Kiran to play the prayer song now, please.
ब्रह्मार्पणम् ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतम् ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यम् ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, Kiran. And today, to help us understand further about health and healthy eating, we have with us Savera Chief Chef Jesu Lambert and celebrity nutritionist Sudhanya Arivalagan. And to introduce them further, I would like to request Ms. Anju Agarwal to do the introductions.
Thank you, Preeti. Good morning to everybody. So I don't think we need much of an introduction of Chef Jesu. He is the one behind all the yummy-licious food that is being served in Savera. But just to give you a brief about him, so Chef Jesu S. Lambert, he's done his diploma in postgraduate diploma in hotel management and catering technology. He's also done a postgraduate in human resource management. He has an MBA in education management. He's also the World Association for Chef Societies, that is the WACS approved judge for international chef competitions. Isn't that amazing? He's got 22 plus years of experience. He started his career with Lee Royal Meridian, Chennai, moved on to Orchid, Mumbai, the Royal Caribbean International, Miami, Munnar Catering College, GRT Hotels, Resorts. He's been practicing more than 5 years plus as a culinary trainer, and he's heading the culinary team of Savera as an executive chef. Chef, we are so happy to have you on board today. And we look forward to all your insights that you would give us and share with us along with Sukanya.
Thank you, Ms. Anju, for your beautiful introduction. It's a great pleasure to be here. Good morning, all.
Thank you, Anju, for that wonderful introduction. And to introduce Ms. Suganya, I would like to request Ms. Jayshree Vivek to say a few words.
I am going to love this meeting because I have two favorite people of mine, Jesu and Suganya. And let me tell you, even Chef Jesu is always smiling and bringing these all healthy dishes to us at Savera. So generally, if you don't find the time, Jesu is always there to help you all, and Savera always welcomes all the ideas, and healthy food is always there for all of you. Sukanya, she's a wonderful person. She has so many things to her cap at such an early age. She's an MSc Food and Nutrition, an MSc Guidance and Counseling, MPhil Clinical and Therapeutic Nutrition with 18 years of her experience. She looks really young for that, but has a lot of experience. Also, her forte is in managing and reversing diabetes, thyroid, PCOS, PCOD. Also, she specializes in the dialysis diet and the liver cirrhosis. She does a lot. And on a personal note, knowing Sukanya through my Kalvarkar days, and what I like about Sukanya is that she's really calm, makes food an enjoyable journey, and always is balanced and gives everything in moderation. So when you're with her in the journey, you never feel that you are restricting yourself on anything. And she gives you such small, lovely tips which make the food so palatable and it's just enjoyable. So I'm really looking forward to learning a lot. And I'm sure this is going to be a meaningful morning for all of us. And so over to you, Sukanya and Jesu, to take it over from here.
Thank you so much, Jay, ma'am. Thank you. I think it's going to be a really a good experience for us also. Yeah, hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hi, Sukanya. How are you?
Good, sir. Doing good.
It's really, this pandemic really made everybody to realize that a chef and a nutritionist should go in a line.
Yeah.
So is it right? So it's really a wonderful to be have a discussion with you both, because as a chef I also have got a lot of clarifications and then doubts, and I'm sure you'll also be having it. So let us make this session really an informative and an insightful session. Now, to begin up with, what is a food for you as a nutritionist? How you see a food? Just wanted to know about it.
What is it?
What is a food for you? What is the food? As a nutritionist, how you see a food?
Actually, when a plate comes, it's really very tough for us. It's not like when a plate comes in front of us, we just calculate it. It's been our routine, so we just calculate it. But beyond that, when we see the food, everybody have interest on food. Nobody can say like I don't like eating. Everyone in this world likes to eat, and for few people we call them as foodie. Not only foodies, everyone's fond of foods. I can say like food is very important, very very important in our life. So
yeah,
for that to make it interesting, people who are all want to do something with diet, like maybe a weight loss, it may be a revising a diabetic, it may be for any causes or anything. It should be completely interesting phase for them. It's a part of, right? It's a part of like maybe 6 months or 1 year, whatever phase we are going to undergo. It should not be boring, or you should not say like I have done weight loss so tough. It was a tough journey for me. Nothing like that. It should be a sweet story for them, and that phase, it has to be very important phase in their whole life, which is going to correct everything, which is going to work for lifelong. It should be like that. For me, it's like that.
That's true. See, as a chef, how we see a food is normally, even to my chefs also, I used to say, every food you have to see it with the two different eyes. The one is you have to see the food as a quality, and at the same time, you should see the food as a cost. So these are the two views which we were having it for many years. But now, really, this scenario has really made us to open the third eye of the nutrition. We should also see what is the nutrient value of each food before we eat or before we serve to our guests. So nowadays, there's a lots and lots of awareness towards the healthy food to the customers and then guests. And they come and ask for even many healthy food. So which made us to implement new dishes, or even in Savera we used to have a lot of vegan local harvest, and we also have did the yoga food which is called as a sattvic. So the awareness is right now it's really good. People are knowing what is a nutrition, the basic nutrients like protein, vitamin, fat, minerals, and carbs. So they are knowing about it. I just wanted to know, but nowadays, as a chef, I just wanted to know, though I know these 5 nutrients, what is that as a micronutrients, and which micronutrient is very much important, and how to ensure that it reaches the guest over the plate. That I just wanted to know from you.
Definitely, sir. It's a good start, actually. Yeah, of course. Even when I worked there actually at O2, I was at O2. I used to say my clients that why do you stick to only with macronutrients? Whenever it comes to a diet or weight loss, we talk a lot about protein, fat, fed up seriously. They don't even think about something called micronutrients, which you're really worried about it, I think so. So, which plays a major role, sir, actually. It plays a major role with our whole immune system. It plays a good role with, lots of mechanism happening with micronutrients, even for weight loss. Even if you want to go for a weight loss, these minerals and vitamins are going to play a key role for weight loss. It works as a catalyst. It's enhanced the process. Without these, you cannot go, only seeing with the major nutrients like macronutrients, we call it as protein, fat, carbohydrates, or like macronutrients, which we spoke a lot about it. But there are lots of micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. We never ever, bother about these things. Before 18 years, I used to say like, think about it. Zinc is important, calcium is important. All the minerals are going to, play a key role. It's going to work with the immune system. But now, after COVID, they had that idea. Now they're talking about zinc and vitamin
Yeah.
C, vitamin C, this has zinc, which we are, bothering for a long years. Like it's been like 18 years. So keep on saying them, do this, do this, do this. Like you don't worry about all these things. It will happen, sir. See, our body has its own recovery phase. It has its own tendency to do the work. It has to work, right? So even weight loss also, it's work actually. We don't want to trouble our body. We really don't want to work a lot and all. Very, very simple changes we need to do. Especially when you think about these micronutrients, your food is going to be, really it's going to help you with all these factors. Not only that, sir, metabolism, you need micronutrients. For anything, to boost your immunity, to get your good metabolism, anti-aging is a very good with anti-aging. That is also a key role for us. Everyone looking forward for that. So for that, you need a good amount of micronutrients. Even a plate, if you take a food like a complete dish, a thali, we can say. The first thing what comes to our mind is what is the calorie in this, right?
Yeah, right.
How much fat it has. How much
Correct.
protein it's going to give us. These three things will come into the mind. But what about, does it has any vitamin C? Does this has any vitamin K? What happens with vitamin A? What happens? Our food has a good amount of calcium. We call it as recommended dietary allowance, sir. So you need this much of amount of calcium for your body to work in a normal way, for normal thing. You need 700 mg to 1000 mg of calcium per day. Are we really getting that in our routine? Are we really worried? Does your plate has it, first of all?
Correct.
That's
So
kind of
interesting.
that kind of
Interesting to
growth.
know about it. And just like the vitamin B, which is now rich in all greens, see, we do not boil and then strain those greens and all because it's a water soluble vitamin and it goes off in the water itself. So is there any micronutrients while cooking should we take more concern to ensure that it does not go out of it?
Sir,
Is there any micronutrients which is a water soluble like?
Yes, sir. The nutrients what we really have in a fruit or in a vegetable, for example, a rich curd, which is edible, and we have three phases. Okay, one is cooking phase where we are lacking few nutrients, and then it's after cooking, the plating, and how many hours the dish is going to be there in a plate, that phase. And the third phase is absorption, what has happened inside. So what has happened inside, we cannot change, we cannot do anything. It has, genetically it matters, aging is matters, and what kind of exercise you're doing, everything comes in that. So we forgot about the last phase. There are two phases we have. So how much nutrients you are getting while cooking? Definitely you won't get 100% nutrients in a food. That is not possible. you very well know that rice has vitamin E, vitamin C, D, E complex vitamins, but while washing it, it goes away, right?
Correct.
After that, what we are getting is edible.
All right.
Of nutrients only we are taking for a calculation itself. So
Okay.
if it is 25% of nutrients will be go off while cooking. Go off while cooking. Only with that 75%, are we really getting all the nutrients? Or are we really going to observe that? That is the matter. Mostly we can avoid deep fried. Deep fried will remove 50 to 60% of nutrients, and long cooking time. When if there's a lady's finger, if you're going to do it like keep on, you're going to fry it for hours. Like some people I have seen people for that crispiness, they used to keep on fry it for more than 20-25 minutes, even 40 minutes. Granny and all used to cook for 40 minutes on vegetable. Maximum time is like 15 minutes, not more than that. Even any shallow fries or whatever it is, maximum time you can give us 15 minutes. After that, definitely we are lacking all the nutrients in the food. That is there.
Okay, done. Thank you. So informative.
Thank you, sir. So I have a question, sir, for you.
Yeah, please. Please.
See, we are all getting boredom with dieting actually. When I say, when I plan a meal, really very difficult for me, sir. My job is very difficult because people are enjoying their own food. Okay, I'm interrupting them. I'm bothering them a lot, like giving bland foods, take this, take that, millets. So this is not working accordingly. This is not like it will work for a month max.
Yeah, correct.
After 32nd day or 33rd day, my appetite is going to, like I'm getting more craving, and I want to really go for a, dinner, especially at
No, it's all based on how we take the food. Basically, it's all about because one thing which everybody needs to be very conscious is everybody feels that the food gives only the energy to our body, but it does not does actually. The food gives energy to both body, mind, and soul. So all three things gets the food. And moreover, when we see the food, if a food is kept in front of us, either a French fries or maybe the boiled potato or a mashed potato, we have to ask ourselves, not to the tongue, but the rest of the other bodies. There is a lot of important part organs are there, like heart, liver, everything is there. But we give first preference to the tongue. So maybe that might be the reason which people does not go for the diet. But I would say that any food can be cooked, so tasty based on what type of food we are choosing it all about. Because even the healthy options which people say nowadays, like the millets, even those millets also, it can be cooked in all, whichever is your favorite food. You can definitely replace it with a millet. The millet is basically, there are two types of cereals. One is the Peridhanium and Siridhanium, what we call this. The cereals are the Peridhanium and the millets are the Siridhanium. So those are the one. But right now we are giving more concentration onto the carbs like the rice or wheat or barley, which is a corn, which is a seed, which comes under the cereals. But millets, it's more fiber. It has got a special fiber texture, and we can replace those dishes in a different form. Every dishes you name, either in terms of either an appetizers, you want to say it like either a sundal or podi idli or cutlet or maybe even tikkis. You can make with the millet, and even you want to go with the like tiffin items. Tiffin items, the millets you can use either dosa, adai, padiyaram, paratha, appam, chapati, idiyappam, and semia, roti, paratha, barota. So everything. Just you need to replace, understand the basic formula in how to use those millets. Millets definitely, if it is a whole millet, you have to soak 6 hours. Minimum 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, because it has got interesting fiber in it, which requires some time for soaking to get the right texture. You would be knowing better in terms of the nutrients, but for me, the texture plays very important. And later, in case if you're not able to soak the previous day and we want to cook in an instant, then even when you are having a flour, what we do is we just broil it in an empty kadai without oil or any fat. We just roast it, the flour, and then we start on with the cooking in terms of either a paniyaram or dosa or even a breads also. So it's not only that millets is relevant with the Indian food, even the international foods also you can try, like a pilaf you can go for the porridge, breads, even salads. And you can go to any of your fresh fruits with the little millets, the whole millets, or even with lettuce, or even with the fruits, or even muffins, cookies, breads. So everything can be prepared using the millets too. So the food, when we see how we see that food, it plays very major role. And whichever is your favorite food, that can be replicated with the millets too, or even the healthy food options too. But I would first recommend, if you want to go for a really healthy food, first remove the unhealthy ingredients in your kitchen. That's very much important. See, a few years, not many years back itself, Savera stopped using this, the MSG, that's Ajinomoto, and even to the food, into the color, the synthetic colors and all. So only when it is in the kitchen, the chefs tends to use it. When it is not entering the hotel itself, then there's no other choice. So definitely we need to prepare it a healthy one.
True. Yeah. And also, sir, most of them like working women, my clients and here also, like we just need to know we can't stay for long hours for cooking my food. If I want to make my whole day, so my chart will be like this, sir. It starts from my breakfast, then a mid-meal, then it comes to my lunch, and then again an evening snack, and again a dinner. So maximum at least a 3 meal I have to pack for me, and I have to be ready, like in the morning itself. But I can't spend the whole hours, 2 hours, 3 hours in my kitchen. So some quick, suggestions or tips for us, like how to cook fast, like what can we? Of course, time management is there, but do you have any ideas on quick foods, healthy foods, like what we can do fast?
That's a very interesting question, which most of the homemakers are having this idea. Whoever wants to cook at home, including my wife, also does almost the same thing. See, the very basic thing: how when you go to the hotel, in 10 minutes you get food. But the same food, when we want to prepare at home, it takes time. So if we go in detail, it is basically we need to do 3 things. Number 1, you have to plan your menu. Don't plan in the early in the morning, going to the kitchen, switching on the light, and then think about what to cook. Because when you are having a lot of groceries and the vegetables in your fridge, you'll be confused in what to choose it out. But if you have 1 or 2 vegetables, then definitely we'll be taking that. So first of all, we have to plan the menu, that what we are going to do it tomorrow or a coming week. So you can schedule a menu and then you can just plan it. That's point number 1. And point number 2, a mise-en-scene should be always ready. In a hotel, when you go, the kitchen will be set properly. The equipment has to be placed here. The ranges will be there. The masalas will be there. So that way, even in the kitchen also, we have to set that everything needs to be put it in place. Though it might sound different, but in any kitchen, if you can have the labeling, okay, this needs to be there. So whenever we are having a busy timing, we know where what is there. Otherwise, we'll be searching the one ladle. When the millet is or the rice is getting boiled, then we'll be searching for the strainer or maybe cutting board, the knives. You understand? So the second point is the mise-en-scene. The kitchen needs to be always set properly. And the third thing is the mise-en-place. Mise-en-place and mise-en-scene, it's basically a French word which means put things in place. That's the literal meaning of the mise-en-place. So mise-en-place, nowadays people also, most of them knows. We need to have a pre-cut vegetables, or we have to plan that timing. Even in many videos and YouTubes, and even in the hotels, what is there is everything will be already set. So when we are opening the restaurant by 12:30, it does not mean that the chefs come by 12:30. They come by 10:30 and does all this ready. Only then we can send the food faster. So everybody needs to just remember these 3 things: plan a menu, put the equipments in place and put what is that, the ingredients, whatever we want to cut, and then you keep it inside. Then automatically you can cook not only 3 meals, even 5 meals you can cook in 1 hour.
Okay, great.
Any other doubts?
How do we see there are minerals and vitamins in the rice, as Suganya says, and she says when we wash it, all of it is gone. So how I mean, I'm not a rice eater, but just for a thing, I'm asking how to maintain or how to contain the minerals and the vitamins. I mean the vitamins. Hello.
Yeah. So shall I answer? See, not all the nutrients is going to get washed out. There are like 22, as I said earlier, percentage of nutrients which is known actually. We cannot do anything with that. So rest of the nutrients cooking for ourselves. So which means like minimize the cooking timing, especially with vegetables. Minimize the cooking timing. That's all. When it comes to vegetables, long duration cooking with vegetables, it's going to be a problem, and cutting also is matters. Chopping, like small pieces of chopping is not going to help us.
Yeah.
If you take Indian traditional foods like sambar and other gravies and all, we used to cut vegetables, this big vegetables.
Yeah.
Have you seen like ashgard and even carrots or whatever vegetables we are using for preparation of gravies? We used to cut it only on bigger size, this big, not so small and all. So we'll put it in the gravy. We won't cook also for long duration. It's going to be sauteing for 2 minutes and then boiling.
Exactly.
That's it. So minimizing the timing and maximizing the size of the vegetable will help you to get maximum nutrients.
That is one thing, but besides that, they also say slow cooking. I'm not talking about this tossed vegetables or something. But they always say slow cooking is the best. Like even for oats or something, like even for instead of just cooking or boiling it for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, it says it makes a difference when you make it for a little more time, slow on simmer.
You're right. That comes
Because in
to
olden days, sorry to interrupt, everything was done, now we have all this high flame stoves and all that stuff, but olden days we used to do it with low flame, either our great grandmothers in firewood and all that. I mean, all those lovely delicious healthy food, you won't get that anymore. But now all this gas and all this stuff, and all on high flame and all quick cooking. So that is what it is. That is what I was asking about, the oats part of it. Now they're talking about the steel cut oats, which is uh, good. So which is that preferable to the white oats?
you switched to your question, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm asking a question. Yes, please.
You switched to your question.
Steel cut oats. Steel cut oats.
Okay.
Is that preferable to the regular oats?
Oh, you're talking about oats. No, you were asking about the slow thing, no? Durations, timings.
Yeah.
Then you switched the question to oats now. So I
Sorry.
wasn't. Okay,
Sorry.
I'll answer that question. See, when it comes to fast food, fast food is you're very quick, right? Like your noodles and your pastas and your fried rice. You're going to cook in 1 minute, 1 minute of sauteing. Okay, these fast food is not good for health. So for that reason, they are asking you to do slow cooking. See, it's too extreme, ma'am. Cooking for long duration, your nutrients is going away. Cooking for very short duration is also not good. So you have to do intermediate. People who have short cooking method, like, within chat like that, means then you have to shift your cooking method to slow duration. When it comes to cooking for half, in my granny, as I said, the pavaka, because she used to cook for 45 minutes to get the crispiness. So, we are lacking it. We are losing all the nutrients.
Okay.
Within maximum 15 minutes. 15 minutes, of course, it's a slow cooking only for us nowadays. So you can spend your own good time on cooking. That's it. And steel cut oats, yeah. See, we have different types of oats, rolled oats and all. Steel cut oats is actually, it is another way of processing. See, oats uh, going, and it's coming to the, like, as you get rices, as you get other things only, you're getting also oats. So after the harvesting, it's going lots of processing way, like, in a mill. So like polishing, parboiling, all these things happen. Same way by cutting it, we call it as steel cut is one way, another is rolled oats we have. So the types of oats is different. That's it.
Now, why I'm asking you this is I'm not a breakfast person, but I need to start off with, because of that, I have some other issues. So in the mornings, just on empty stomach, instead of having green tea, I could have an white egg omelette or something like that. But even like drinking oats is between steel cut oats and regular oats. Which one would you recommend?
You can go for you can go for both regular oats, steel cut oats. If you ask me, I will recommend you a full-fledged proper breakfast, because you have to eat like a king,
Yeah.
and you have to taper down slowly when it comes to dinner. We call,
The
like,
opposite happens to me.
and yeah, difficult, because nowadays it's become a difficult. But that is actually the way what we used to, have our pattern of breakfast will be,
Exactly.
Even if you're a North Indian, there will be a complete plate of, deep fried food, like parathas, aloo parathas, all these things will be.
No, that's not.
Oats is not going to be sufficient for you. If you want to go for oats, then go for oats along with a salad, and there should be some fruits with your breakfast and 2 or 3 egg whites with your breakfast for protein, or you can replace. If you don't want to go for egg whites, you replace with some, sundal or chana, some good protein you can add. Make your breakfast, make your plate, in a balanced way. I have sent, I think in a group, I have sent a picture of my breakfast.
Yeah. That pumpkin soup and all that, very yummy it was.
Or it is not more, it is just a balance, a quick bite one. It actually a quick bite, because I don't have much time for my breakfast, but I haven't, done with one small meal and all. It should be a complete, a row of plating. Eat like a king when
Okay.
it comes to breakfast, and then you have to taper down when it comes to a dinner. That's the whole.
Suganya, we got that eat like a king, or in our case, in ladies' case, eat like a queen. And is the
Yes, there is.
discussion between you and
Eat like queen. Yeah.
and we would like to hear further the discussion between you and Chef Jesu, or we can move on to the next few questions that people have been posting as well, Suganya. Chef, is there anything more of very interesting information that we need
Yes.
to hear some
Yes.
more
Sir, I
time?
have more questions with you.
Yeah, please.
Can you, share some quick bites? Like, maximum, I have difficulties when I, plan a menu for my clients, especially it comes to evening. They are feeling hungry, sir. When it comes to 5 or 6, like, we are not ready to stay with
Okay.
our. So we need something really interesting, but it should be a quick bite and a good healthy snack. What is, we can, easily we can get, or what are all, like, it
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, that's the time. Yeah, people feel hungry during the evening time. So I would recommend, idli is one thing which is everybody is aware of it, that it belongs to the South India, steamed, and it's more healthy. But just like a idli, which is a steamed one of the South Indian cuisine, every cuisine of the globe has got its own healthy food, which is a steamed one. So like now the Mediterranean has got, varakinab or dolmas, which is basically the cabbage or the wine leaf. There they get a wine leaf, which is wrapped with the rice, and then they steam it or boil it, and then they serve it. Or in terms of, Asian, if you go to the Asians, the dim sum, which is a very healthy. The inside stuffings, you can keep any of your choices, either a veg or non-veg. And again, the outside, the flour, people think that it's only a refined flour can be made. No, it can also be made with the potato starch. It can be made with the dim sum flour or tapioca starch, or even with the whole wheat flour also, we can just try it out. But dim sum, and even in the Nepali side, the momos are there. Otherwise, even the South Indian, you want to go with steamed one like a kolakattai, uppurundai. The Japanese sushis are there. And North Indian side, dokla, kandvi.
Yeah.
So those things are, even if you want to go with, not much of cooking, you can go for either a bruschettas, the Italian bruschettas, or maybe even open canopies, the French canopies. You can choose whichever the base. It's basically need to have a base, a filling, and a garnish. Garnish, of course, if you are a salon, you don't want to concentrate onto the garnish. But if you want to serve it to a guest or to the family, you can put some garnishes also. So every cuisine has got its own healthy, but we need to collect those things and put it into our menu list.
Sure,
And I
sure.
have one doubt from my side. See, a meal will be having a balance of a cooked and then raw food. So, as a nutritionist, what should be the proportionate you recommend for a raw food? That's the either in terms of a salad or in terms of the fruits. What should be the approximate proportion?
Great question, sir, because everyone have this doubt, and most of them I can see, like for dinner, they're taking only a plate of salads, which is not right way of doing it. Salad is always comes as a side. It cannot be a main dish. You cannot just replace your meal with salad. It's not going to be a balanced way. Balancing is something you need, as we discussed, so you talk about that 5 food groups, right?
Yeah.
You spoke about food groups that day. So
Yeah.
food group, like whatever group it is there, like cereals, yes, of course we need a cereal. Pulses, yes, of course pulses. Milk-based food, like milk and milk-based food, like either a curd or milk or dahi, paneer or whatever it is. Some milk-based food you need to have. Fruits, of course, vegetables, fruits, cereals, pulses, milk. Non-vegetarian comes like eggs, whatever it is. So together only we can say it as a meal. Not only plain vegetable, having only vegetable salads is not going to be a meal. It's just a side. You can just have it as a mid meal, not a main meal. So
Oh, is it?
as you want to know about the proportion means in a plate, like a small katori, not even katori, you can say like half of the katori, small cup, you can have salads.
Okay.
You can have unlimited, but fruits alone is again going to be, it's a wrong pattern.
All right.
Fruits, you can have unlimited fruits. Even 2 bowls of fruits you can have, nothing going to be happen. No harmful. Even see, I'll tell my clients, like you're going for party, you're going outside. Of course, you're going for buffet, and don't go for like the starter. Instead of starter, you have 2 plates of fruits. Nothing is going to happen. But having one samosa or one cutlet is matters. Instead of that, you can replace that one samosa with a whole plate of fruits and vegetables. But they are thinking on a wrong way, that only they are having a fruits and vegetable compensation. All these things happen after the dinner.
Okay.
The post day.
Yeah, that's true.
Only fruits, having only vegetables. You can go for 1 day of detox or even 21 days of detox. Nothing going to happen with a dietitian, like with the help of a nutritionist or a doctor. You can definitely, because we need to understand what is your current situation, body type. After that, we can prescribe you whether you can take it or not. I'm
Okay.
talking about whole day raw vegetables and fruits they will be having like a detoxing. But as you said, the proportion is very important. You can take definitely. You must take raw vegetables in a day. You must take, but amount of raw vegetable you are taking should be like 1/4 of your meal portion. 1/4.
Okay. All right. So interesting. So in addition to our conversation, I also planned for some platings, because people like to see a different food to be presented in a different way. So can I show you around? I have got arranged some plates, so through which they can just have whatever the available sauces they have.
One more help, like before we are going to watch that beautiful thing. Before that, I want to ask you. See, 6 days they can be in a diet. 7th day, definitely they are going for. I have seen lot of my clients, like they're going for definitely for a dinner on Sundays. They want to go and eat, or some occasions coming like a party or a function. So we need to understand, like I have a list of foods. I'll tell them have this, don't have this. Go for roti, don't go for naan. Go for soups and salad. Start with soups and salad, and then you go for your main course. Before you're starting your main course, just fill your stomach with lots of soups and salads, and then you go for your it is a kind of appetizing only. So my question is, when we come to a dinner, what best thing we can eat? What healthy options you have, so that I will tell my clients to pick something from that.
See, eating, which one to choose? I have my principle of taking which food is good or which one is not good, or whether this dietitian what he says is right, or whether the doctor what he says is right, or whether my grandmother what she says is right. It's better to keep everything ahead and ask this body what suits me. So every day is a different day for everyone. So for example, a day of dinner when they are coming out, they should definitely ask themselves whether that will suit my body or not. That is one thing I always feel that. And still, if you want to still choose the more healthy options for the dinner, everybody needs to be more conscious about the cooking methods. Basically, the cooking methods, boiling, steaming, stewing, braising, poaching, baking, broiling. There's a lot of cooking methods. The one little unhealthy cooking method is the deep fat fry, which is dips into the oil and then going for it. So better to avoid that. And even in terms of the shallow fat frying also to better avoid. So when there is a huge lavish buffet spread is there, just ask themselves whether is this a deep fat frying or not. If it is not that, then they can definitely take it forward. And as you say, the 5 nutrients, the most danger is the fat items, which is an unhealthy basically. And the carb also. Some people does not prefer carb. So just to avoid those things, and then they choose for, because every meal has got every dishes has got a different cooking methods. So if they think about either a cooking method and the fat content, then any food can be a healthy one.
Okay. Great, sir. We love to see the platings.
Okay then. Okay, here is the few plates, and it will take hardly 2 minutes. I just wanted to show you how simple you can do the plating in at home itself. Because right now, what I'm having is some cooked millets. Cooked millets are there here, millet sambar rice, and also upma is there. Now, whatever is available in, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are. Yes.
Okay, okay. So whatever the ingredients, whatever the menu you plan, you can just have a different textures. So for any plating, I would recommend either 4 things to keep it in mind. Number 1, there should be a minimum 3 or 4 different colors onto your plate. Number 1, color is number 1, and number 2, minimum 2 or different shapes onto your plate. Number 3, so first is the color, second is the shape, and number 3, minimum 3 or 4 different textures. It can be either in a crunchy, crispy, soggy, or a creamy. So different textures onto your plate, minimum 4 textures. And the 4th one, it can be 4 different taste, different taste. One, little mild, one is spicy, one is salty. So with those 4 tastes are there, any plating can be better. And here I've got some sauces. This is a pumpkin pulp, which is seasoned, and I also have some carrot pulp. So if you are not able to do this pulp, otherwise what you can do is whatever the sauce or the chutneys, whatever at home we have, you can choose either hummus or dips, any dips, or muhammara, or baba ganoush, or even chutneys or salsa. So whatever is available for that meal. For example, for breakfast, you want to have some, the semia upma. Instead of having that, anyhow, we will make some chutney. So those chutneys, you can just grind it into any of these textures. So I'm just going to show you a few things. And this is for this squeezy bottle is here. It's readily available in the market, but still, if you are not able to get it, I'll show you the other plating without squeezy bottle as well. So I'll just show you one with the squeezy bottle. So I've got 6 plates. So 2 will show with the squeezy bottle, the other 2 with the different textures. So it's all basically how we plate a dish. So though we give the same, for example, the dietitian says you need to consume only a katori of, meal. So instead of having that, you can have in a different plating. So here, just showing, there are many ideas. We just wanted to show you a few things. See, in terms of this plate, choose always a white plate, which will give you a better clarity on the food. So this way, you can just do any zigzag model. This way also you can do it. And finally, dip it out with any other different chutneys. And onto this, if you do like a quenelle, just take 2 spoons and 1 spoon on the other. Just you need to roll it like this and make a quenelle and keep your millet. So I'm basically taking this way and keep 2 or 3 dollops of your millet. So 2 or 3 dollops, and keep any of your choices of vegetable. So the more vegetables you can keep it wherever either a broccoli or a bean sprouts or maybe a microgreens. So whichever the choices. This is one way. Just wanted to show you. I'll show you some sauces part alone. Or the other way is you just dip or spread like this, and we have got some pastry brushes which is available. So using this pastry brushes also, you can just spread it. And here you can keep any of your protein item also. Either if you want to go with either an egg white omelette or maybe a grilled chicken or maybe tofu. So keep some millets as a carb, and on top of that, you can keep your any of your protein and your vitamins. So these are the simple plating which I want to show you. And the other one I'll just show you using the spoon with the stroke. So just taking a little bit of this sauce pulp and just do a small stroke, whichever the way you prefer. So this is one side, and just turn it out. And you can have either a ring mold or a rectangle mold, whatever the molds we have got, or even the katoris, whatever we have. So there will be a 1 carb, 1 protein or vitamin, and any protein, whichever you prefer, like whichever is your favorite protein you can have for the meal. In here. The other one, just want to show you with them. And keep a ring mold of your either a base of millet or vegetables at the bottom, and then you can finish it off. So normally a plating session will take more time. So I just wanted to know, I don't want to take much of your time, and finishing it off with the whatever we had. So then we can keep any of your food particles. And keep more sauce on the side, or maybe a protein as a top. So it's all according to your imagination, so whichever you feel like. So if we keep an additionally green peas onto it, or maybe keeping off more vegetables, or maybe with the herbs, microgreens, so then the value, the presentation will be more far better. So just having some couple of platings here. So these are the platings which we can do it at home itself.
Chef, that was fantastic. Thank you. Such a treat to the eyes and so many ideas. There are a few questions that people have asked. Can I just ask you quickly? One of the questions, this is for both Chef and Suganya. One is that even cooking in the pressure cooker is not healthy. What do you need to say on that? And the other one is, nowadays people are using the instant hot pot method. Is it safe in the long duration? So, please, Chef and Suganya.
Using utensils is nowadays, we have already had a discussion about this actually. See, utensils, playing, asking us to avoid few utensils, which is, hazardous, harmful and all. Maximum you can go for iron. When you go for, rotis and dosas, tikkas, you can make with iron tawa. So that your iron is it's harmless. One thing. Second is you are improving your iron content in your body. That one thing. And second thing, you can use instead of aluminum, it is better to use ever silver. And instead of using normal utensils, you can use. I used to cook my non-vegetarian with mud pot. The amount of heat, but while cooking non-vegetarian, the cooking hours can be, can be more, not like vegetables. So cooking non-veg with mud pot is a good way. So like that, what you are cooking, with what utensils you are using is important. Right, sir?
So you have talked about instant hot pot method as well as the pressure cooker. Chef, do you have something to say on that as well?
Yes, I also go with what Suganya said. It's not recommended to go for the pressure cooker. Though it saves time to keep in different boxes inside the pressure cooker and then do it out. And though it's packed cooking, people say that, but still it is we are actually pressurizing the vegetable to release its own nutrients, which is actually it's not recommended. We do not prefer even a pressure cooking at the hotel. Even a dal makhani, what we do is, it can be pressure cooked and then done as well. But dal makhani, we cook it, we soak it in the morning and we boil it in the evening. And while going night, we keep it over the tandoor and the whole night it cooks. That's the slow cooking which happens. And the next day we finish it off. So that way we does it.
Okay, understood, Chef. Okay, one last question is the earlier questions were asked by Anu and Padma, and of course, Kamila earlier was asking the question. Now, Anju is asking, are salads with different dressings healthy? Dressings like mayo, chipotle, Thousand Island, etc.
Your voice is not audible. Can you be a bit louder?
Yeah, the dressing part, though there is all fancy names and then the international dressings are all being used. We need to understand the basic formula behind a dressing. A dressing, everybody knows that there is a 6 taste: sweet, salt, sour, bitter, spicy, and astringent. So this 6 tastes are there. So when we are making a salad dressing, the salad has got 4 parts. One is the base, the body, dressing, and garnish. Everybody know what to put as a base in terms of the vegetables or fruits, and the body also in terms of any carb or proteins, whichever we prefer. But the dressings, only people get confused or still not having more awareness in terms of how to make a dressing. And then what by mistake they do is they go over shelf and then buy the processed food and they do it out, which is not actually recommended, because we see that the salad has a healthy part, but when we put the convenience food, it is unhealthy and it has more calories. Now, how to do that? Simple dressing at home itself. So coming back to the 6 tastes, we can choose any minimum 3 tastes for a dressing. For sweet, you can choose either a honey or a brown sugar, or maybe either a beetroot pulp or maybe a maple syrup. So just keep this in your mind for a sweet. Now, second is a salt. Salt, I got kosher salt or a Himalayan salt, or the sea salt, or chaat masala, or a black salt. So this salt, the big list is there, which will be mostly available at home as well. The third thing is the spicy. Spicy, for that, peppercorns or jalapenos or peppers, or maybe a jalakia, or maybe a green chilies, capsicum. So these are a big list of the spice list. So we have got a sweet, salt, spicy, and sourness, either a lemon juice or a tamarind, or maybe either a fruit juice like a citrus fruit juice, or maybe even a vinegar or an apple cider or a wine vinegar. So there's a big list into the sour as well. Then again, the spicy we finished. So sweet, salt, spicy, sour, and bitter. Mostly people does not prefer it, so we do not put into the salad as well. So we'll avoid that bitter. And the astringent. Astringent also has got its own taste, like a betel nut or a leaf or a vegetables. So those things are there. So better we take this 4 taste. This 4 taste, according to your palate, mix your dressing. You can choose first a lemon juice, and you can choose for the spicy, you can add either a pepper, and for salt, you can use a black salt or a chaat masala. And for a sweet, if you prefer a sweet, you can add for any of your favorite sweet, as we said. Just mix it. That is what is called as a dressing. This you can put it into any of your food. Now, there is a wide varieties of readily available dressings, like mayo or a mayo based or a cocktail dressing, ranch dressing. So everything is there. And even in terms of spicy, we have got paprika spice, Mexican spice, Italian peri peri seasoning. So those things are also available in the market. So it's all about what we are going to choose it. So once we make this dressing, you put it onto your favorite vegetables or a body, you will get an excellent salad according to your palate.
Thank you, Chef. So, as I said, the last question, I got a few more questions that immediately came in. So, we want to know, in your hotels and restaurants, the salads are so crispy, but when we try the same at home, it's so soggy. So, what is one question? And the other one is, please tell us about alkaline and acidic foods and a little bit more clarity on that.
Okay, I think alkaline and acidity, Suganya would be the best person to explain. But in terms of the other one, what we were asking about the salads, when we make it at home, it becomes soggy. It's basically, you need to understand the character of each ingredient. The dressings is always to be added aluminate, which is about to consume, we have to pour the dressing. Do not mix your dressing and then keep it for a long time. Even in the buffets, we keep the dressing separate until it is a creamy base or a mayo base or a curd base. We mix it and keep. Otherwise, we keep it separate because salt in any food will wither all the water content, which will make it soggy. And for a cooked vegetables, we can add salt. It will not absorb the water content. Whereas into a raw vegetable, adding a salt or lemon juice, it will automatically will make it soggy.
So about this, acid and base, see, I have done a research on pH level, pH balanced food recently. So my studies are like with maximum with acidity patients who have developed acid reflux, acidity, GERD, and all. So why this is happening? Generally we have to know the root cause of a problem. If you get a problem, it is like the symptoms you are developing. Of course, the symptoms you are developing, but what we need to understand is the root cause of the problem. Why your body is turned to acidic because you are lagging with alkaline. That is the reason. That should be in a balanced way, right? So why you are missing out with alkaline food? What is your how many of you in this group took when did you have taken your last meal, like ash god or rich god, or we can say like snake god? When you have taken this recently, can you tell me that? Because most of us worried about like colors vegetable. Nowadays it's become a fashion, like colored vegetables. We are talking lots of colors vegetables and all. Even in your salads you're taking carrots, capsicums, and it should be colorful. Of course you're right, but where we are lagging is we are not taking any kind of god vegetables like ash god, white pumpkin. Beautifully, I have to appreciate sir, like we have done a great dressing with pumpkin sauce. Am I right, sir? Which is even when you talk about dressing, you left this point. You have done a great plating with a pumpkin sauce rather going for some mayonnaise or something else. Like even my choice will be like adding like these kind of vegetable sauces, and we can use curd for dressing. We can use green chutneys for dressing, which we are not doing that. And coming to the alkaline foods, of course we are lagging with alkaline foods. We are not taking good amount of alkaline food. In a week, you plan your menu. What is your menu plan will be with lots of vegetables? What are all vegetables you will be buying? First, in my veggie basket, I will put pumpkin, I will put surakai, bottle gourd, I will put snake gourd, all these gourd vegetables, and then I will go for these, other vegetables. Of course, all vegetables are important, but maximum your nutrients, alkaline food is equally important in our, day-to-day food meal planning. So add at least one alkaline vegetable in a day. It can be even ginger, you can add lemon, you can have any kind of alkaline, not only these veggies. Anything which is good with alkaline, you can add in the day. I'm not asking you to have that alone. That is around. Add it. Make your plate with full of these kind of vegetables. Also, we are missing out with this vegetable. That's why I'm keep on stressing the point. Where we are lagging is we are not taking alkaline foods. Even if you many of you, like if you go to restaurant, we'll order for mushroom soup, we'll order for tomato soup. Very less, I think, sir, right? Very less ordering for white pumpkin soup and all. We can count with fingers, I think so. I'm not wrong. So go for that. When you go out, go for that. You have plantain soup or white pumpkin soup. Go for healthy options. Even not only for your soup, your curries, your vegetables. Add lot of odd varieties. Neer kaigal, we will call it as neer kaigal, which we are not adding on daily basis. Weekly once. Weekly once we'll have snake gourd. Weekly once we may have go for a pumpkin. Weekly once like that. So what happened? All 6 days you are adding only acid foods and you're avoiding alkaline foods. it should go, hand by hand. Both should, it's like a railway track. When you go for acid food, same way you have to stick with alkaline food. Then only you can maintain your pH balance. pH is very important, a point for anti-aging. pH is very important point for all kind of, acidity problems, gastro problems, like even irritable bowel syndrome, whatever it is. We call it as lots of problem now we are getting, like, for all these things, the root causes you're lagging with alkaline foods. So make sure that you have good amount of alkaline.
Wow, that's a big topic, and we have learned a lot in this last 40 minutes, but there's such a huge topic. So anyone should probably approach Suganya or any someone very reputed in this field to help them. And I would like to request Ms. Manju Modik to give the vote of thanks. And then after that, I would like to request Ms. Neena Reddy to also say a few words and thank our wonderful judges. And I would say judges because they really are giving out great advice and comments and suggestions. Manju?
Thank you, Preeti. So this was a very wonderful discussion to change our mindsets to an even more healthier well-being. Thank you, Chef Jesu. Thank you, Suganya, for bringing out every detail, every point. We all know that, food is a special gift, and how we convert it from our minds, from our heart, and from our hands matters. To whom we are giving, where we are serving, how we are doing. We all as women have a very big role to play in this. And I'm sure today's talk has inspired everyone here on this platform. And Chef Jesu, you aesthetically brought out the plating so beautiful. It was something I always love painting. So I learned painting in a different way on a plate. And Suganya, I love the pH balance factor. I just couldn't figure out the alkaline vegetables, which even, one of our people asked you to keep the pH balanced. So we'll figure that out. So thank you for this wonderful collaboration. We're so happy to have you both and all my Green Goddess and our Greenies and other participants. We all have a take back today. So it's very wonderful. Thank you so much. Over to you, Preeti.
Thank you, Manju. As usual, you're so eloquent with your words. Neena, can we just have you say a few words?
Thank you, Jayu. Thank you, Preeti.
Yeah, I think it was a wonderful Sunday morning session. I'm not in the best of my own health. So I'm not able to come on camera. But lovely to say that there was so much of new learning. I keep on buying books on diet and nutrition and exercise, and that's my obsession actually. But there's always something new. And today my learning has, not just to concentrate on macro, but also the micronutrients in your food, which was like a hard-hitting fact, because we just look at the carbs, protein, and fat as the macro one, but micro, the vitamins and minerals is something that we really need to look at. So that was a good learning. And also not to cook for more than 15 minutes was also interesting, because the more you cook, the more you lose, I think. So that actually was also one more. And of course, portions, we all understand that. How many of us really realize that our stomach is not bigger than our fist size, So I think just keeping it small and having more frequent meals, I think is another learning. Another one is, what Jesu said about, keeping the kitchen always in the right order. It struck me that, we should really look at, if we keep our other rooms, like even our puja room in order and we treat it with divinity. I think that is one more thing. I'm just going to have a look at my kitchen personally and the stock that I have there, and I'm going to treat it more like my puja room from now onwards. There's so much to go into food because I love this topic. I love the way Jesu did the plating. He made it so simple. Let me tell you, I want to tell everyone, Jesu is the best chef that Tavera has had in the last 55 years. And Suganya, you're wonderful. And with all your so many years of wisdom that you have for your youth, so there's a long way for you to go. So we'll be reaching out to you more often. So wonderful. Thanks that we are connected. Okay, so guys, just to tell you all, just be mindful. We are mindful about what happens on our skin, right? We're mindful about what we wear. So in the same way, if you're mindful about what goes into our body, into our stomach, I think we'll all have better, healthier lives. So good day, everyone, and take care.
Thank you, everyone who joined us today. And this was another excellent production from the Green Goddesses. Please join us in all our videos, and we'll be bringing you more good stuff. Nandri, Vanakkam.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sukanya. Thank you, Chef.